Harry Potter. Ah.
Hello, hello. Welcome on into another Monday Live with the Whiskey Crusaders. I'm Will.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Matt.
Today we are joined, we don't have names up on screen, Matt. Today we are joined again by Westland and Bruichladdich representative.
Maebh. Is that
Maebh.
Maebh.
I forgot how to say it.
It's okay. You're not the first.
That's okay. He would have read it and not been able to say it either.
That's true.
It's very true.
Love you.
The spelling will totally throw you off. That's for sure.
Well, welcome on back in, Maebh. Matt, who do we have in the chat with us so far?
All right. So we got Ice House. Oh, I think this went crazy. Jason Boosie, AJ Lopez, Vito from Cash Strength, Bourbon Bites, which is Clifton McDaniel. So that's his new. He renamed his channel. Everybody now.
Cliffy.
Yes, Cliffy. How do you whiskey? Wheels, Steve A, Eric Black. All the people the same there. Spencer Maebh, Donald Ranch, Robot Scott. Let's see here. Ben Demon Hunter. Hello. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. I just got a bunch of waters. King Jack T. Thing. I don't need that much water. Zach Andrews. Okay. What do you think? I'm going to dehydrate here? Jeez, kid. Thanks. All right. Thank you. All right. Then we also got Patrick Cohen, Joseph Brazos, Steve A, Captain Make It Happen, Brian Griffiths. All right. So there we got a bunch more. All right. There we go. All right, so tonight we are doing a exploration in barley tonight with Westland and Bruichladdich, and so we're going to do the other side, the unpeated side, and talk all about barley. And so have all your questions about barley to answer this evening with Maebh. Unfortunately, Erica, who is usually here, is very sick with a migraine this evening, so she's not going to be joining us. But
She'll be missed.
Exactly. And Maebh knows how to do all this good stuff too, so she'll answer all your questions. So I guess let's jump in with the Westland American Oak. We'll start there, and you can tell us all about it and talk about what barley is in general. That's probably a good place to start.
Yeah.
What is barley?
Barley is, as we all know, a main ingredient in Scotch whiskey. It is grown all over the world, and depending on where your barley is grown and the atmosphere, it definitely lends different flavor profiles to your product. So specifically for Westland in the Pacific Northwest, they are, here's my handy dandy little bottle with the American Oak. So Westland is out of Seattle, Washington, and they are a wet, damp climate, cooler climate, as most of you probably know. And they are doing something really great. Everything is in the same tradition as a traditional single malt, but they are making it their own and making it native to the Pacific Northwest, which is really cool. So for the American Oak, it was first released in 2014 and 46% ABV. The barley bill for this guy, you've got a Washington Select Pale Malt, a Munich Malt, Extra Special Malt, Pale Chocolate Malt, and a Brown Malt. So Westland really feels like malt and barley plays a huge flavor, impactful flavor to the spirit. You'll definitely get that as you taste it.
We're on the American, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're not at your sherry yet.
No, William.
We're not doing sherry today, but I know you do love our sherry, which I love.
William was hoarding them all, so.
Well, you can drink the sherry if you want to. Nothing wrong with that. It's great
No,
stuff.
No, I'm not going to discriminate. The sherry's one of my favorites as well.
Let's be honest. That's not a bad product from either one of these companies, so it doesn't really matter. Either way, you're drinking good whiskey. It doesn't really make any difference.
I totally agree with you.
Steve's mad. There's no sherry.
Well, we can still talk about it at some point to make you feel better, for sure.
We can definitely do that.
Another
time.
Sherry would.
Here's, I know I showed this last time. Just the variation in the malt.
No, here I'm gonna do. I want to make us small so everybody can see you.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Mm-hmm.
This is just one of my favorite tools in explaining the malts. in Westland just because it breaks it down and you see the difference just in the color alone. Things are roasted and, it just completely changes flavor profile whenever you're using a variation of these guys. So that's one of my favorite little tools.
Yeah, that thing is really cool.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any other distillery use anything like that. Especially, you can see the different colors in the malt there is awesome.
Right.
Vastly different colors.
And you can, even whenever we were when we first went to the distillery to learn about it, they were having us try all the different strains, and just the tasting it raw, just totally different flavor.
I can imagine.
And then also, Westland likes to pay homage to the beer community in the Pacific Northwest. So they use brewer's yeast in the distilling process, and I just think that it also pairs so nicely with a beer. That's actually something that we've been really going with at a lot of my accounts. We're doing big programs where it's have a pint of beer and have a dram. It's a really nice pairing, and Westland in particular is just a phenomenal pairing for that.
Absolutely. So we got some other people that showed up. Any Drink Goes, I know, is a new whiskey channel. So if you guys haven't checked them out, they're putting out some cool stuff. You want to check them out. Also, our buddy Larry, his bar should be thankfully opening very soon up there in Kentucky. So you guys watch Bobby and Sam. We did the fundraiser for him like a month or so ago, 2 months, 2 months at this point. But yeah, when he opens up and he's got a food license, go check out Larry's bar. He's got awesome guys, got awesome selection of whiskey. So I want to give him a good shout out. And I know Scott, my bourbon journey's in here, and he's a bourbon guy, so he's learning lots about malt. So he's not used to all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Stuff. All right.
Well, the American oak is quite lovely.
Yeah, I do enjoy it as well. It's got this effervescence to it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah, agreed. I also I like it in cocktails. So it makes it incredible Manhattan. And we call it the Stateside Manhattan. It's really, really delicious. And actually all of Westland's products work really well in a cocktail. The peated, I know we talked about peated last week, just I'm going to touch on it really quick.
No.
But, it makes a really nice smoked old fashioned because it's really light smoke on it. The sherry wood, is great in anything. But they all stand on their own, of course, impeccably. But I have been playing with cocktails a little bit with them, and they're just delicious.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's a peanut butter and jelly attack over here. They had us to be sorted out.
That's the best kind of attack, right?
Exactly.
Are they throwing peanut butter and jelly?
No, she bought those Uncrustable sandwiches, and she doesn't want Belle to eat them, so she has to stop her from doing that.
Oh, and see if I were Belle, I'd eat them all.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me not to do something, and I'm gonna do it. Like tenfold.
In those situations, so
Right?
Yeah.
Also,
that's fair.
we got Scott from Scotch Dummies in here too tonight, which is good to see Scott in here as always. Back when Erica and Justin were here, I guess almost 2 years ago at this point, we were actually on the Dummies channel and we did a live with them here from the house and did our event. So it's good to see Scott in here for sure.
We'll definitely have to do another event at the house whenever you guys are ready.
Yes, absolutely. When all this stuff ends, we can finally have events again. Until then.
Yes, indeed.
Until then, we're all virtually.
Go away, do your homework.
This is fun too.
It is. It's nice.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I do. I've always enjoyed this since it was introduced to me.
It's nice and chocolatey. So you can really, that chocolate malt really sticks out in there for sure.
Does. Totally does. Matt is basically ready about every morning. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we're always ready for whiskey all the time. My screaming children. Yeah. That's every day. What else? We would be disappointed if my kids weren't screaming on here.
That just makes it authentic.
That's true. I mean, we know it's really you.
See, but you've had the luxury of meeting them in person and knowing how much they scream.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
So,
Several
got that going for him. Actually, there's plenty of people. Hell, like Jason, the Master Drum, he's been there. He got to do Legos and stuff with Violet when he was here last October, so that was fun.
Legos, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. As we all know, Violet doesn't sleep. He does whatever the hell Violet wants.
Yeah, he didn't do Legos with Junior, but he did sleep in Junior's bed. So, because he stayed here for a night as well. Couple nights. He's good people. All right, what are we moving on to next here?
We can move on to the Garryana if you'd like, or we can go save Garryana for the end. Before Black Art, whatever you guys prefer.
Let's just do Garryana because why not?
Yeah, why not?
Because it's delicious.
Slightly peated.
So this is the 4.1 version we're doing tonight.
Yes.
I cleaned it.
All right. So I guess in case they weren't here last couple weeks ago, tell them what Garryana is exactly.
So Garryana is technically an endangered species of tree that is native to the Pacific Northwest. The Garryana that we use is, and no one is really allowed to touch the wood until the tree has died, fallen down, and dried all on its own, which is pretty challenging for the wood to dry in that climate. So obviously it takes a bit of time. And so we were exploring all different kinds of wood options, and the Garryana was something that that Matt Hoffman, our master distiller, was like, wow, this could be an incredible product because of the uniqueness of the wood. So getting the Garryana wood is challenging. However, once we get it, then it just completely takes over the spirit, and you definitely get certain flavors from the Garryana. Like you definitely get a custard, a blackberry syrup, a little bit, and a little bit of savory as well. But the Garryana, I mean, it's rare, so we don't take for granted the fact that we have this beautiful wood to age our products in.
And this is the unpeated one.
Yes.
Yes. Let's see here. It says it's 29% first fill X rye, 29% first fill X bourbon, 19% new Garryana oak, 16% Pedro Jimenez hogshead, and 7% refill Garryana oak.
So yep.
All things that Sarah likes that won't hurt you. Sarah's gonna love this stream. There's no peat tonight at all.
I'm already loving it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this I really like this one.
Mm-hmm.
Did we have it?
We didn't.
No.
We did another one last time.
No, when they were at the house, Matt, did we have this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
This was the second release of Garryana.
This is the fourth.
Okay. We didn't have this one. We only had the first.
No, it wasn't out yet.
Yeah, we only had the first three releases.
Yeah, the first three. Yeah, it wasn't out yet. But
okay, so
that
was
a pretty cool lineup to see all of those back to back. I hadn't seen them all back to back before, and but seeing them all there, that was pretty awesome. I'd tasted all of them, but not consecutively like that, which was a real treat.
That was fun.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, especially.
Definitely. You also have the brewer's yeast in the Garryana, so you get that same consistency with the other Westlands as well.
Sorry, screaming child. She's really irritable about the sandwiches. They're not cooked right. They have to be defrosted and not cooked. She gets very angry.
They used to make uncrustable grilled cheeses that were.
Oh, really? No.
Really?
They got me through college.
I know they have the hazelnut ones now.
They do?
Yeah, like the Nutella, the Nutella stuff. It's
yes, I do.
Yeah, they have a honey one too.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, man, I need to check those out next time I go to the grocery store.
Yeah, the kid went through a phase. He doesn't want anything to do with him now. But he went through that phase and a Lunchable phase.
Oh, Lunchables, yeah.
To be kids.
Oh my God, I say it every day.
packages.
Oh, also, we want to thank Bobby and Sam. Thanks for sending everybody over here for my Whiskey Shoe Wines. So it was good to see you guys live tonight. It's always fun and entertaining.
Yes.
So thank you very much.
I really like
How's that bacon?
Yum.
So good. Well,
Bacon's good.
I actually made up a couple slices of on point bacon, which is
Oh, you did you? I didn't know
yeah.
there's special
You
bacon.
got one of those. This is On Point Meat Rub. One of our buddies is a barbecue specialist, and he has a meat rub called On Point. And I sprinkle some of that On Point on here, and it just
So good.
It almost turns it into a jerky bacon.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really an interesting flavor, and it's just delicious.
Yep. Brian from Pit Face Barbecue.
Yep.
He's got a website.
Pitfacebarbecue.com.
You can buy his rubs, and they are amazing.
Awesome. I'm going to check that out.
Well, we were supposed to have a meetup, but obviously it didn't happen because of COVID. But whenever all this crap ends, we'll have a meetup, and Brian will be the featured meat. So it'll be delicious.
You
But until
want
then,
to have his meat.
You do.
Yes.
But as long as
In around your mouth.
he has confirmed he will be at La Quinta serving his meat. So that will be
Yay.
Oh, it smells so good. I could live in the nose of the Garryana.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
all. Mm-hmm.
What is the distribution like on Garryana this year?
It should be. It's relatively consistent as past years. It should be. It was released September 7th, so it's a little late in the season to be getting it.
Yeah.
But if it's requested, I think that we still have a few cases left in Texas, and then nationwide. If anyone's really interested in it, let me know, and I can find out the availability in your market. Also, I can look into the availability in the DFW market as well and see kind of where we sit with cases and when we can get some more, or what we can do to get everybody a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a question earlier up, and I don't remember who asked it, but they were asking if you were ever going to do a peated sherry from Westland, if that's in the mix or if that's been talked about.
I haven't heard anything about that, but I do think that it would be fantastic because we do all of our stuff in Pedro Jimenez sherry casks, and our peat is such a light, polite peat that I think that they would complement each other really well. And I think that slight sweetness of the sherry notes, and then that smoky flavor, just to me sounds pretty incredible. So I think it's something that, if it's not discussed, there's a definite possibility it could be, and I'll find out if
You'll start the discussion.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Then do I get to get the credit for it?
That if you
I
want
think
it,
you should. And then we have another question from Jason, who wants to know if there's any Garryana in Oklahoma.
I will find that out. There should be. I know that last I checked, there was some in the Oklahoma City, Tulsa area, and I'll get a definite case number if I can get their contact info. I'd be more than happy to update them.
I guess we could say if you just leave the information in the comments of this video, we can have him check there.
and or when this video ends, we'll update the information section of this video, and we'll include your email address.
Perfect. Yeah. Everyone,
directly.
reach out to me. More than happy to do what I can to make sure everybody gets their bottles in their hands.
Excellent. We got another question there.
Yes. All right. It says, are all the varieties of barley used by Westland and Bruichladdich 2-row spring barley? Have there been any experience with 6-row barley?
So as of now, Westland is all 2-row, but Bruichladdich, as we will taste in a little bit, has a few variations. So I'm sure that Westland is going to be venturing off in that direction soon, but Bruichladdich is already there.
Well then.
Oh, there you go. What are you pouring now?
Okay. Richie Z wants to know He has a fantastic cask called the 1208 from Westland. Has she tried it? Is it available in other states other than California?
I have not tried that in Texas.
did.
I was able to try it whenever I went to the distillery. I haven't seen it in any other markets, but I can find that out for you guys.
We got to try it either at the vault. We definitely tried it at the vault. I don't remember what event we were at the vault, but we definitely tried the 1208, and that was a beautiful cask.
Yeah.
I do remember falling in love with that. Yeah.
Delicious.
Did you pour some sherry?
I poured some sherry just because I wanted to pour something else.
For good measure.
Yeah, he always has to have something in his glass.
Hey,
So.
no.
It's very important to me.
I'm with you.
Is Westland in Hawaii?
Nope. Yes, it is. Sorry.
Is it distributed to Hawaii?
Washington.
Is it distributed to Hawaii? Yes. Is it located in Hawaii? That's a negative.
Had a moment there.
You were answering the question correctly. It's
It's all good. They got the point.
that's right.
Want to make sure I'm not missing anything here.
Before we move from
from
across the pond.
I guess if somebody else has a question about Westland, let us know. Otherwise, we're going to move on to Bruichladdich
Yeah,
because we got several of them to do.
we do. So let's go ahead and start with the Bruichladdich Isla Barley. Oh, no, actually, let's start with the Classic Laddie. This guy.
Yeah. It's a pretty blue
that's
bottle.
classic.
So the first question I usually get is why the blue bottle? Why the blue canister? And the reason for that is on a really clear, beautiful day in Isla, which is not often since it's rainy and, all that fun stuff. The water is actually this color. And I thought that was untrue. And I was like, there's no way the water is like Bahamas blue. And whenever I went to Isla this past August, when we were flying in, it happened to be the most stunning day. And sure enough, exactly this color. So
Nice.
I was proved wrong, from the jump. So that was good. But that's the reason for the blue bottle.
Almost.
That's how I always describe it too, because it does. It looks like Tiffany blue.
That's the only Tiffany blue I need. Simple girl.
I lucked out.
I love that. That's fantastic.
We do have one question on Westland real quick.
Yeah.
Eric wants to know if there are any thoughts of doing sauternes or port finish at all with Westland.
I think we have some pretty exciting things coming down the pipelines this year, and that is going to vary. So definitely stay tuned. Okay.
So that sounds good. I know you guys do all sorts of cool experiments, so I'm excited for when that all comes down.
Absolutely.
Good.
The guys at Westland like to get creative and have fun with it, and also making incredible products. So that's pretty awesome.
If we get to visit, it's going to be show me the weird shit. That's what I want to try. That's what I always tell every distillery we visit. Where's the weird shit?
The weird shit, please.
Y'all should absolutely make a trip up to Seattle. It's
definitely in the plan. Yeah, my uncle lives up there, so I got a free place to stay. So I got to go up there now.
Even better.
I don't
Flight's
care. We're
probably going to be
I
cheap.
just want to go.
You're like, can I sleep in the Rick house? That'd be fine.
Seriously,
I'll sleep with the barrels.
I just need a blanket and a barrel.
I love that.
And if you could leave me one of those little siphon devices that I can take whiskey out of.
I don't need all that.
That'd be great.
No, I just need something to get the freaking bung out.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all I need. I'll figure the rest out.
That's right.
Straw.
We'll just drink straight from the barrel. We'll just rock the barrel over and
Lay
drink
on
out
the
of the barrel.
ground and just tilt it.
I love that.
I'll make it work.
Yeah. You're not hard to please. I love it.
Really not. I mean, I'm a simple girl.
So, this is the Classic Laddie, unpeated. This is kind of our flagship guy. Definitely the guy that you're going to recognize on the back of the bar or wherever you go because of the blue bottle. One of the many, many fantastic things about Bruichladdich is how they like to make sure, Westland also does this, to do things the right way and to make things as transparent as possible. So there's no hidden secrets, nothing you can't take a photo of. If you want to know exactly what's in your bottle of Bruichladdich, all you have to do is for the Classic Laddie, there is a little code right here on the side of the bottle. You can hop on the website, enter that code, and it'll tell you everything that's in it. So that's a really cool feature that we do. It just goes that extra step of just letting everybody see, okay, like we want this done the right way, and we want it to be a product that you can enjoy and really pick out the flavors and pick out the things you think come from this cask. And it's really engaging, which I really like.
Yeah. And it's so transparent.
Absolutely.
It's a whiskey nerd's dream to be able to every single cask that goes into the specific bottle that I'm drinking today.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I went to a few other distilleries while I was in Isla, and people like to keep their secrets secret, which I totally respect and love because that makes it fun, right? But I thought that this was really a cool feature that we do, just to let people in and see really how you operate.
Yeah.
All of the barley in this guy is Scottish barley, so from various places in Scotland. So that's for this guy. And that is the traditional barley that everyone knows and loves. But the great thing about the Scottish barley is you're still going to get that, you almost get a saltiness from it.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely a brine.
A little
to this
bit, a
whiskey.
slight brine. Yep.
Yeah. And what's really fun is we're going to go to Isla Barley next, and that contrast in just the barley alone, it's pretty astounding.
I do love that Classic Laddie.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's a good pour.
Well, and I love the fact that it comes out at 50%. So
Right.
it's punching where it needs to punch. It has a lot of depth and flavor to it. It's not a weak little 40%er.
Right.
And I don't mean that to be rude. It just somebody that's been sipping on whiskey for as long as I have, 40% just doesn't taste as big as it used to.
Right.
So I really appreciate the fact that your flagship product, your core product, is coming out at 50.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I love that. That's a very good point. And for someone who's been tasting whiskey for a long time, that makes a lot of sense. It does. It packs a different kind of punch.
Yep.
it does. Yeah, I was a lot different when I started. I enjoyed 40%ers a lot more when I started.
Right.
Or things that I would describe now as ridiculously smooth. Those were the types of things that I was drawn to at that point in time. So,
Right.
I don't know. I went quickly to the high proof.
You really went quickly to the high proof. It did not take her long.
Found something that I liked that got me
Granted,
over that wall.
Basil was 40.
Yeah.
Basil's 40%.
Didn't last very long.
But it didn't last long.
So,
Because it's
That's
not
so
very
funny.
good. Oh, good stuff.
There's a richness and a depth to the Classic Laddie that I just, it never ceases to amaze me, I guess I should say. It's not that I don't get over it. It's just that it's always there. And, and it's just a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And it's just such a consistently great spirit,
I agree.
You can keep going back to it and
Not be disappointed.
right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it has stayed the same for as long as I've been drinking it, as long as I've known about it.
Yep.
And non-chill filtered and no coloring, which is also nice.
Yes.
Okay, so one of the weird things about I find with the Laddie that when I first tried it is, and I heard this from a lot of people, that when they first tried, I think it's peated. Why is it like that for a lot of people, and especially first getting into whiskey?
I think it's the brine.
I think it's just the thought process. It says Isla on there, and they automatically, their brain clicks to, peat.
I did that with Bruichladdich. The first I had Bruichladdich 12, and because I put it in a lineup, I went peated whiskey, Bunnahabhain peated whiskey. I would have sworn up and down that was a peated whiskey if I had not have mixed the order the next day.
Technically it is, but it's like 2.
Well, okay, fair enough. But yeah.
What we've always been told that it is the brine from the salt and the barley itself. And on the next whiskey that we're going to try, you'll really get that. I actually had someone that was, adamant that this was a peated whiskey, the Isla Barley 2011. And I was like, no, I promise it is unpeated. And they just couldn't, your mind, like you were saying, the Isla, you think of it as peaty. And you do get that smokiness, but I find that it's more from the barley. The Isla Barley, it is so beaten down by the elements that it's extremely sturdy. So you get a lot more area for the salts and the climate too, because it's right up on the water, and no matter where you go on the island, a lot more opportunity for the climate to really control the flavor profile of that barley.
Matt, are we drinking the one that says 2011?
Yes, I don't have a bottle of 20. I have 2010 just for example. I know the 2011 is a gray canister this year.
Yep.
But I like it that all the farms are on. Yeah, you need to go over like all the farms that are on here and all the other cool stuff that's on the canister.
Absolutely.
Okay, so am I grabbing the one that says 2010 then?
Yeah, it should say Isla Barley 2010. There's also a 2010 of the Bere Barley. Or sorry, no, you're adding the 2011. Isla Barley 2011. The 2010 is a Bere Barley and an organic. They're both 2010, but this is 2011.
So all of the farms are going to.
That's what that one says. I've been trying to figure out what that one has been saying all night long. All it says on it is organic.
Oh, yes.
2011. And man, I could not get there.
So you know what? I grabbed the wrong bottle. It's from the wrong canister. So let me just tell you guys. On the bottle, you will see all of the different farms in which the Isla Barley is grown. So we work with about 18 farms, I believe, and on the island, and that number is growing because we want to, boost the economy of Isla as much as we can and work with local people. So there's a select number of farms that you will see on the bottle, of which that this barley has come from. And those farms, they're alternated with, what's the word I'm looking for? The fields are alternated with cattle, with beans, with carrots, grass, just to keep enriching the soil, because since we're taking so much of it and the barley does deplete the soil quite a bit, we want to make sure that we are adding back into it so we don't just deplete all of our sources. So that's another thing that's really important. This guy is unpeated, obviously, like I said earlier, and distilled from 100% Isla grown barley, raised in 2010 for a 2011 distillation. 6 years aged on Isla, matured in 75% ex-bourbon American oak cask and 25% ex-wine European oak cask.
Oh, what kind of wine?
White wine.
Oh, white wine. Okay.
Unchill filtered, no coloring, 50% ABV.
You can really pick up that wine cask on there big time. Wow, that's super winey, grapey.
Yeah.
Well, it's citrus and stone fruit, which is what most white wines kind of lead towards. There's some grape note in there as well, but
hay-like.
Yeah.
I like it.
Another thing that I thought was really interesting when I was learning more about Isla whiskey, and I know I might have mentioned this last time, what it has to be considered an Isla whiskey, and basically the product just has to be distilled on Isla for it to be considered an Isla whiskey. So what Bruichladdich is really trying to do and doing is move all of their process to Isla. So this guy's matured entirely on Isla, bottled on site with Isla spring water, non-chill filtered, coloring free, Isla barley, obviously. Eventually, we're going to have our own malting and all of that stuff.
Oh, really? That's awesome. I didn't have your own malting floor. Wow, that's cool. You don't see a lot of those one of those built at all.
No.
Yes.
Damn, that's awesome.
I also really highly recommend going to visit Bruichladdich as well.
Oh yeah. That's on the dream list. Please take me to Scotland. I really want to go there really bad.
It's like big time
Isla.
lottery.
It's like just
We got a
Isla.
pear note in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a very like slight pear.
Yeah. Again, a lot of the notes that I would use to describe white wines are floating around in this glass.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
That is really good. I'm going to pour a little bit of the 2010 just to compare. I should have given you guys some too, but I failed. I'll give you some next time. That way you can compare.
Don't sit on my phone, cat.
So is every year of the Isla Bar, is it totally different every year, the casks that you guys finish them too, as well as the different farms?
Yeah. So we try to switch it up, the farms for sure. Just like I said, for depletion purposes and to kind of cast out our net and work with other people as much as we can and build those partnerships. And the casts as well. That's going to vary as well.
Yeah, the 10 is totally different than the 11.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't know.
Wow.
Actually, I would know the 10. I don't believe had the white wine cask at all.
I don't think so either. It doesn't taste like
It tastes like it. I remember having that one before.
That's really good. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there's any wine cast, or at least not white wine. Let's put it that way, based on the flavor. It's quite tasty, though.
Mm-hmm. I like that one a lot.
I think I really like the white wine on this one better, actually. I guess that means we have to buy a bottle.
What's the price point on that, Matt? Or
It's like $65, $70. It's not bad.
not bad.
It's worth it. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm asking what the price point was because totally.
I mean, really none of these are bad. I'm like the only one that's expensive, which because of what it is the black art.
Right.
They're all very reasonable. They're all like $70.
And especially for the craftsmanship and the time and the process that they're doing for the price point, I think it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Well, and the quality of the things in the glass as well.
Of course, yes.
It really, all of your products across both brands are really, really stellar. As far as just, there are no faults in any of the whiskeys. They're not putting out product that's too young, unaged. Well, I say that the Octomore is pretty young, but it's still a very unique and amazing
you're complaining
product.
about the Octomore.
I'm not complaining about anything. I am just commenting on the youngness of it. But it still has a beautiful flavor to it. So yeah, I can't make any complaints about anything I've had from your product.
I'm really proud to work for him. It's pretty incredible.
That was a question I wanted to grab. So here's a funny thing from Vito. It says that till the 1800s, America drank on average 90 bottles per year, 1.7 bottles per week. That would be because of the time sold at 25 cents a gallon. That's insane.
If only it was still like that.
Good Lord.
Kidding.
That might be dangerous.
Good.
Because he's Canadian.
Wow, that is something else.
The more you know.
Wow.
The more
That's insane.
So what's this other barley? I've never seen.
the Bere Barley.
Bere Barley? Can I see the bottle, Matt?
Yeah.
So funny that the 6-row question was asked because
I've seen that one on the store shelves.
the Bere Barley is a 6-row.
There you go. That was Donald.
This is really interesting, and Bere Barley was stopped. They stopped growing Bere Barley for a really long time and just focused on the normal 2-row because it was such a tough grain to work with that it was really just ruining people's machines. And then it started to be
which machines? Was it the cutting or was it the milling or
the milling?
Okay.
And so then Bruichladdich decided to start growing it again and use it. And since it's such a hardy grain, there's so many more nooks and crannies for the elements to really kind of sit in and fester and make that, that really pronounced flavor within the barley. So the Bere Barley, the flavor profile is completely different.
Yeah, way darker and heavier and more oaky char on.
Rich on the nose.
Oh, that's really
whoa.
That's very different than the one that I've had previously from, was that 08, the other one I think that I have? Something like that.
It's got a lot of
almost chocolate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's this rich, creamy mocha chocolate layer that's kind of weaving its way through the mid palate on this. That's really, really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a question here from Richie. He wants to know, is Laddie water, do they use limestone?
It's the spring water. So
Okay.
it is Isla Spring.
The second sip of that drastically changes, super rich and creamy. That's awesome.
Oh, and see, that's what I got on the first sip. I'm going in for the second now.
This one's a $90 bottle.
Now, is this finished any casks, or is it just the Bere Barley only?
This is the Bere Barley.
Okay.
Ex-bourbon American Oak cask, but this is just the Bere Barley.
That's really, really interesting. Sarah just looked it up. It's about 90 around us. I don't know what it is at the total wine around you, but their prices come up pretty quickly. So we searched them real quick. Wow. I would pay that for this. That's
for sure.
A beautiful, beautiful example, especially if I had the Classic Laddie as well, to kind of do an A-B back and forth between, especially for a tasting event or something like that.
You have some right there.
Well, I
at Mirage. You might check out Mirage. That's where I got that one.
Okay.
I believe the 2010 is sold out right now.
Do you
But
sell last bottles?
when our next release is out, I'll let you guys know so that we can get you set up at Mirage or wherever.
Can always.
Yeah, good to know.
So this guy is from 5 different farms, which I love knowing that. Distilled in 2010 from a 2009 harvest.
That's a wow.
That one's unopened. What is that one?
This is it then opened one.
Oh, okay. Same thing, just unopened.
Yeah.
Because we always need a backup.
Well,
Also-
so Erica sent us samples, and I found this one, so I was like, it's good already. So now we have it. Now,
So that we can review it.
Of course.
we have plenty to review in here, but a bottle is even better.
Come on. There you
This
go.
guy's also 50% ABV.
What's kind of your magic number on this one? Or for Bruichladdich, that's kind of the magic number that they typically
Oh,
do.
yes. Sorry. Yes.
The Octomores are released at cask strength. So
Yeah,
they're a
those
little bit higher.
guys are a little different.
Do you release anything under 50% from Bruichladdich?
I don't believe so. I know we have quite a few different SKUs, so I'd have to go through all of my inventory and look, but I don't believe so off the top of my head.
I was gonna say nothing comes to mind. Matt,
Yeah.
what are the black arts at?
That's what I'm looking.
The black art is cast strength.
49.2.
Okay.
So just barely.
Yeah, just barely.
But those have quite a bit older whiskeys in them, so
They do.
we can expect the casks lost a little bit of alcohol.
Right. So I'm sure they started with the 50, but like the one we're going to try today is a 1990 vintage.
Oh, I really enjoy this, but
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to getting to that too. I'm not going to lie.
We're going to do the organic. It's all right. You'll live, I promise.
So there's going to be a lot of similarities between the organic and the Bere Barley, just, unpeated, the ex-bourbon American Oak cask for a minimum of 8 years, 50% ABV, no color filtering, non-chill filtered, except for this is a single estate. So it's just one farm in Scotland, and it takes place on another 7-year crop rotation. And everything on the crop is organic, including the livestock. So the livestock is all free range, organic, raised the proper way. And they don't use herbicides, pesticides, or any artificial fertilizers, which I never thought about the artificial fertilizer in this whole thing. Like, okay, well, I didn't think that would cancel out organic, but obviously it does.
Well,
so
we understand that organic just means more poop is used, right? Like that's kind of the long and short of it. Instead of using other things, we're going to use poop. So, just so we all are aware.
If somebody fits in the field, it's fine. Just get down to it.
Oh, that is so funny.
Well, at least it's not floky, right? Where you
Yeah, indeed.
get your barley made with the actual cow
Full
shit.
on poop.
Yeah, it is.
All kinds of poop.
Well, this doesn't smell a lot like. This doesn't smell really anything like
The Bere.
the Bere.
No.
No,
This smells more like the classic Laddie to me.
right. Because it is Scottish barley rather than Isla. But a lot of what I meant, sorry, I think I misspoke whenever I said a lot of similarities. I meant like, the bourbon barrels and
Right.
that stuff. But I mean, it is a totally different guy. Let's see. Yeah, no, totally different.
Oh. Yeah, but again, this is very, very similar to me to the classic Laddie.
It really is. It's a little fruitier.
A little fruitier, not as much brine.
Mm-mm.
I'm not picking up the brine notes that I typically get in the classic Laddie.
Saltiness.
That saltiness. But it's very, very similar to the classic Laddie other than that. But again, the fruit notes kind of get dialed up a little bit further.
Yeah.
This has more, but like not only like butterscotch, but also like, gosh, I almost want to say like pear.
You're getting more stone fruit-ish a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pear and apricot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
On the palate more than the nose.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Okay, so that's what it was. I was trying to smell it again and
No,
pick
it's
up
on
the
the
fruit.
palate.
But the fruit's on the palate. Yeah, it's pear and apricot and stone fruit for days. It's beautiful.
Also got some tropical in there too.
Slight bit of like a mango.
Mm-hmm.
And papaya.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost got a little bit of that, what's it called? That Middleton. A little bit of that.
Yes.
Here's that Middleton.
Almost like a slight Irish palate.
Irish single malt though, not pot still.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't think of or single pot still. You got a 2.
Yeah.
It's got that effervescence that the classic Laddie has too. Almost feels like there's bubbles. Like you're drinking some champagne or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, Cardew has that for you too.
Yes, it does.
Yep. Yeah, I like that one.
I do too.
That's beautiful stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that one. Or is the 2010 still organic still on the shelf, or is that one gone too?
We are low stock, but it's still available.
Okay. We may have to look for one.
Yeah.
That's quite good. Like I said, I think mine's an 08. I think it's the organic I've got.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be totally different than this one, obviously, since it's one farm.
Right.
Yeah.
That's actually a funny question. Okay, so Ben Demon Hunter here wants to know, is organic Scotch good for people with certain health issues, people who can have glucose, fructose, lactose intolerant, etc.?
I think everything organic is good for people with health issues.
So yes,
Scotch in general
Yes.
is good for your health. So I
Absolutely.
wouldn't worry about it. It's all organic. It's fine.
Drink more Scotch.
Yes, that's the moral of the story is drink more Scotch.
Sorry, drink more barley whiskeys. That way I incorporate both of your brands.
there you go.
Scott said he bought the organic here when he was in DFW last time he was here.
Oh, fantastic.
Cool.
That was a year ago.
Perfect then. Well then, those are all delicious.
Should we go to the unicorn of black art?
We should,
Ooh.
because why not?
Why
Is
not?
that what I have?
And a 5-1. I gave Will those. Plus, this bottle is really freaking cool. This canister. So can we
Really
talk
cool.
all about this canister and this whiskey? Because this is
Hang on real quick, Matt. Am I pouring 4.1 first or 5.1 first?
4.1.
Okay, that's what's the assumption. I just want to make sure.
The Black Art 1990, 23 years old, unpeated Isla single malt Scotch.
So this is the only one I've ever tried is the 1990. I haven't tried
the 92.
the 92 yet. So
Good.
that'll be a new one for me. But this is one of my top whiskeys ever. I remember trying this early on in my journey. And then again, about another year and a half ago or so at your place, Matt.
And we had it on live.
And we had it on a live. And it just, every single time I pour it, I'm just in heaven. So yay.
Yeah, this is truly one of the best whiskeys I've ever had. So we want to learn all the cool stuff about Black Art because it's freaking awesome. So what can you tell us about Black Art?
Well, that's a great question because I can't tell you much. Remember how I went off on the tangent about how Bruichladdich is very open and honest about everything they do?
Except for Black Art?
Except for Black Art. So my favorite thing to do, I'll tell you what I can tell you. Even if I did, I don't even know more than what I'm about to tell you. So I could be tortured and you wouldn't get anything else out of me. So this is the 6th in the limited edition series. This is Adam Hannett's second Black Art release. So he alone knows what is in this bottle, what's in this release. He has the recipe. Funny story that Adam told us whenever we were in Bruichladdich is Jim McEwen, obviously our incredibly talented, notorious former master distiller, taught Adam everything that he knows. And when Jim retired, he handed him his Black Art recipe, to which Adam threw away because Adam had to make it his own. You know, I'm sure he didn't actually throw it away, but metaphorically speaking, he threw it away and had to make this his own. This is the 1990 vintage, so it's about 26 years old. It's unpeated Isla single malt Scotch whiskey. Cask type, only Adam knows. The cask strength is 46.9%, and there's 18,000 bottles of this spirit out that was created. Matured entirely on Isla and non-chill filtered and coloring free. But other than that, I got nothing.
Yeah,
Well, I can tell you that kind of color, 26 years with no coloring added, doesn't come without some fruity wine barrels being used. So that between that and the nose, it's very, very obvious that there was quite a bit of both red and white wine used in this. I can understand why it was thrown out as far as the recipe goes, because the casks that you once had,
You probably might not be able to get again.
you're not going to find casks maybe that are similar to it, but that's not going to really help you create a blend that you can call Black Art, right? Like he wasn't wrong to just kind of throw that out and say, well, I have to do it my own way. I have to create a black art that's going to be worthy of this kind of price point. That's going to be worthy of the name.
Of course.
And be worthy of, what came before me. Go ahead, Bourbon Bites. Clifton has a question.
Okay, so he's an Isla newbie here. So he wants to know the difference between Octomore and the black art besides as peated and unpeated.
That is
an age. Good God.
Yeah.
About 20 years.
Yeah. Age. But the peated is obviously the kicker for the Octomore. So we make one of the premier Isla unpeated spirits, and then we also make the most heavily peated Scotch in the world. So we want to have our hand in a few different areas. But I love getting everyone's feedback about the black art because everyone tastes so many different things, and they're not wrong because there's a very good possibility that a million different factors could be going into this whiskey.
That's good.
It's really, really good. Well, and I think
so rich and deep.
Mm-hmm.
That this is also, Daniel Whittington's of the Whiskey Vault's favorite black art as well, for good reason, because this is what you know why.
I love old Scotch. You can't fake age.
Right.
Can't fake the richness and the depth and the complexity that comes with something sitting in a barrel for 20 plus years.
Right.
And unfortunately, we really can't do that with bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
It gets cooked. It gets overdone to most people. I and me being one of them. The vanilla and the caramel take over, but this is beautiful. It is ridiculous how good this is.
I get a lot of plum notes.
Yeah.
That rich, dark.
Not like not like the Kinji, right? Like not like the black art, not black art, Whistle Pig. No. That plum note was very different than
this is like that was like almost like a red plum note. This is like the purple
plum. Purple plum.
Yeah, purple darker. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah, Ben said they had it a 4.1, I guess, a week ago for $275.
Whoa, where?
Oak Liquor Cabinet. Damn it. Charlie just texted me. He was just there. Damn it, Charlie. Of course, he's looking at the freaking bourbon. I want him to look at the Scotch section.
Oh, my gosh. That'd be I would pay that price for this whiskey twice.
He said, yup, in 30 minutes. It was
well, then never mind. It's gone. Yeah, $275 is crazy. I got it. I think I paid $350. I thought that was a good price.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think over $300 is a bad price to ask for.
Not a bad for 23-year-old whiskey. No, it's not a bad price at all.
Well, and
I'm thrilled with that price. There's plenty of other ones that are
not just 23-year-old whiskey though. It's 23-year-old whiskey blended and created really masterfully well. This isn't just an old whiskey. This is an old whiskey that was put together with purpose.
Right.
And you can definitely taste that.
It wasn't just a single barrel sitting there forever, just
waiting to be
bottled.
Really good. This was put together.
Yeah, there was a master plan here.
And honestly, you can taste that with the richness and with the different things playing together. With a single cask, you're never going to be able to have both the red and the white wine. You're never going to be able to have the port and the sherry that are probably within this. You're never going to have all of that difference floating around in there and mingling together and playing so nicely together.
So good.
Oh yeah. Yep.
The
feeling you get with black art, it's just amazing.
It's exceptional.
I don't have a dump glass tonight. This is the first live stream that I've ever filmed that I knew that I wasn't going to need to pour any of this out. I wasn't going to want to pour any of it out.
I'm going
to actually want to finish every single bit of it.
So. I will slug my way through work tomorrow. I don't care. No, really, that's what the bacon's for. Huh?
That's what coffee's for.
Yep.
That's right.
Brew 24 ounces right at the beginning.
I'm not going to lie. A mix all of these might be yummy, but
we can do that later.
I guess we can make that anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Once we review them all, we can make a nice blend. Oh, we're gonna compare 5.1 to it now.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave a little bit of this one in my
Yeah, that's why I
glass.
leave some in here so I can.
None left.
Oh,
I still have the rest of this organic over here that I'm waiting to finish.
I know, me too. Not organic. That's
Yeah, because this is the 5.1 that's
You finished
1992 to 20. Hush! The 24. She's not playing this video game, having a spaz attack.
okay.
What are you doing?
I'll finish
Her computer, they're terrible.
That'll be over comparison.
I got enough there to review. That's all that matters. Because that's what I got. Because that's we got some. That's ones from Harry Falkenberg, and then I know Captain gave me some as well a couple years ago of the 5.1. So we got enough to review. That's what matters. I gotta pour some more 4.1 because it's delicious. And you should pour really good whiskey because that's what it's for.
I agree.
Because you can't take it with you, so you might as well drink it.
So what's the age approximately, do we know, on the 5.1?
It's a 24, and it's from 92.
So this is the youngest batch that Adam has worked with, as far as the black art goes.
Yeah, I mean,
Color difference. It's quite a bit.
well,
darker.
this is just this is the organic.
Oh, right.
Just as a comparison to how dark it is.
Myself a little.
If you have to.
Twist my arm, right?
Oh, right. Okay, wait. I thought you were going to compare them.
This is the normal. Well, this is the 4.1.
Okay, well, I'm going to be sipping on that too.
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh.
Oh, see, I feel like the nose on this guy is totally different.
Mhm.
It's so much more powerful. This smells like a lot bigger proof. Matt, what's the proof on this one?
I don't know. If
48.4.
Captain's still in here, he can tell us.
Wait,
Violet, hush.
It's 48.4.
Oh, so it's actually lower.
A little lower, okay.
A little bit. And
Interesting.
there's only 12,000 bottles of this guy made.
So either they went, so that I think they took a little bit more of the heads on one of these barrels because I'm getting a lot more of an ethanol note on this one than I'm getting on the 4.1. King Jack, our first super chat of the evening. Thank you very much, sir.
thank you, sir.
Hey, Violet, do your job.
Be loud. You can come be loud now.
So, hey, I gotta give her her sword here. Hold
A
on.
meeting at 4 a.m. tomorrow. I am so sorry for
Okay.
you.
Buddy,
You
go
don't
ahead.
come to 4 a.m. meetings.
Appreciate you hanging out so long.
We really do.
4
Thanks so
a.m.
much.
comes
Wow.
It's gonna come super early. So, yeah,
Really?
go hit the bed. Hit the
All
bed.
right. Yeah, 4 a.m. meeting, so I gotta go out to bed. Before I go, I need Violet to smack the sword and steal some super chats. Cheers, Whiskey Fam. Thanks, King Jack. Violet's coming. She had to put clothes on. She's not, all right, do your thing, kid. Yeah, yes, that's super. All right, you got it?
Big old loud one, girl. Come on. There you go.
All right.
Thank you much, girl. Appreciate you.
More.
You're paying on putting
All right.
Yeah, it's not fun to do.
It's not fun.
I definitely get some plum on this guy.
Uh-huh.
And when you taste it, a little bit of a champagne-y grape, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're not wrong.
This one's got the
A little bit of
effervescence
Chardonnay,
too
a little
that
bit
the
of
other one doesn't.
a little bit of Pinot Noir.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's some strawberry in there. There's some
Red berries in general.
Uh-huh.
Raspberry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I go strawberry, cherry, raspberry, which is again what I would call Pinot, which is one of the fruits or one of the grapes in Champagne. So
There's like strawberry cheesecake in there. That's wild.
Is that strawberry? Yeah, it's kind of got that graham crackery on the nose.
yeah, that cereal note.
Graham cracker.
This one's a little bit more grain forward than the 4.1 was.
Mm-hmm.
Man, now I want cheesecake.
Mm-hmm. This would be amazing with cheesecake.
Amazing.
And you pour a little bit over it, it'll be like the best cheesecake ever.
Ever.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have some of that now.
I think I'm gonna get my grandmother's cheesecake though, because everyone else is sucks compared to hers.
Yeah, this is really nice.
This is really nice, but I still think the 4.1 was superior.
I don't know. I like them both individually for their different qualities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I like them both for reasons, I suppose. Or were these both done by the same blender?
Yep, Adam Hannett.
That's what I thought. These were both done by him.
Yep. He's the guy.
This kind of has like the dark fruit and the richness of it, and the other one doesn't. It has a
more
little
of
bit
the
lighter
stone fruit,
berries and the red fruits. Yeah,
yeah. The 5.1 is much darker.
4.1,
5 fruits.
Oh, and the canister with the hexagram on it.
Yes.
So the hexagram is used in a lot of different religions and cultures. But I think for the meaning of black art, it's nothing witchcraft related. It's more of a representation between masculine, feminine, earth, sky, the whole like universe kind of interlocking in a perfect shape and in a perfect place. So it's just paying homage to all of the different factors that would go into making a really great spirit.
Good reasons.
While also looking very cool and mysterious.
Yeah, there's definitely one of the sexiest candles on the market. It does get a lot better looking than that.
Right, I agree.
As far as the canister goes, that's for sure. I mean, really, I'm trying to think. I mean, the only one I can think of also is like really awesome art on that canister is like a compass box, but that's a totally different story. But yeah, as far as like, the standard actual brands, it's got to be one of the best looking ones there is.
Yeah.
Well, and beautiful colors. I like the fact that y'all are using different colors for the different examples of the different barley strains.
Yeah.
Yeah. They pop.
They absolutely do.
Yeah, if you can't find the classic Laddie on the shelf, you're probably blind. There's a real good chance.
Yeah.
I mean, look for the bright blue one. It's not hard.
I was in San Miguel, Mexico last spring, and I was sitting in a bar, and I just happened to be kind of just browsing the back bar, and then all of a sudden I was like, bam, hit in the face with the bright blue bottle, and it was Bruichladdich, and I was like, yes, okay, this is great. I feel at home.
There's something I know. Give me that one.
Yeah, I want that one, please.
Well, it was that or Dilwor's White Label, so it wasn't a difficult choice.
Not much of a choice.
No.
I want the good one, the one that doesn't suck.
Oh, man.
Pretty funny. Scott says that, he gets rid of boxes and tins, but always has a hard time with the Bruichladdich and Port Charlotte cannons.
My Bruichladdich canister broke on me too. Like the bottom piece suction cupped out at some point and didn't put where it was supposed to. So bottle never really sat in there the right way again.
That little white thing that's wherever that thing's in there.
Yeah.
So
It keeps it in there nice and snug down the bottom.
Nice, because most whiskeys they rattle around in those things. Not that one. It's perfect.
Yep.
It keeps the whiskey safe.
Yes. Very, very valuable product in here. We can't risk any spills.
It's just wrong.
Yeah.
Not whiskey spills.
Oh my goodness.
What was your favorite that we tried tonight?
Black Art 4.1.
Pilot, stop.
Yeah, the
although
black art was very good.
although the other barley strain, the Bere Barley, that was really interesting. I've seen that one on the shelf, but I haven't.
Unique.
I haven't ever tried that one yet. So trying that one was really, really interesting. I think that was my probably favorite for the price as far as something that I'll pull the trigger on at some point. That was really interesting. I'll probably be picking up one.
I don't know. I like the organic.
Yeah, I like the
Really
organic
good.
too.
It was on the top whiskeys. The Bere Barley was on the top whiskeys of 2019.
Why?
Yeah. I can too. It's really, really interesting and very, it stands out even within its own category. So even within Scotch, I don't typically find chocolate or that rich, what feels like melted chocolate, or a hot cocoa, almost kind of a texture to the liquid. So it's unique even within its category, which is always fun.
Right.
Yeah, Clifton says we got to pull the baking kitty on the kids. Oh, we do sometimes. Just she's playing a video game, getting very angry about it.
Yeah, we do a Monday swap of samples for bacon.
I bring over bacon. That supplies me with epic whiskeys. It's a deal that I couldn't dream up if I tried.
Why do you think I buy so much bacon?
That sounds like a solid deal.
Every single time we get groceries, there's always bacon. At least one package of bacon in there. So,
it's a must.
Oh, yeah. We've got a little stockpile of bacon in there.
Hey, I need that. Don't hit anybody with that. That's still a sword.
It's still a sword. It may be wood, but it's still a sword. He's up again.
It would still hurt really bad. Okay, I showed the kids the metal sword the other day.
Oh no.
She's like, "Oh, is that real? Yeah, that's real."
Don't I get to bang that one,
right?
Once I get a metal shield, then yes, we can bang that one. When I get a metal shield, you can't lift that sword yet. Thing's way too heavy for you.
What one?
The one I showed you the night that you were afraid of. You bang with this one. I'll let me bang the metal one. Yes, that's a good idea, kid. Okay, I didn't say hit it now. No, I didn't.
Are there any new products coming out from either distillery that we need to be keeping our eye out for?
Yes. So Westland is coming out with some pretty cool new things down the pipeline that I don't think I can announce just yet.
Boo. But we at least know they're coming.
Yeah. So just keep your ears perked up for that. And as soon as I get the word that I can sample people and, alert the masses, I will come to you guys first.
Yay.
Awesome.
So for sure, we'll keep an eye out for that. Bruichladdich, I know that they always have something up their sleeve, so it could be a variation of something that they're doing now, or there's always new releases of things coming out. So always new progressive things coming out from Bruichladdich as well. So keep an eye out for anything new from both brands, because there's definitely going to be some more exciting things coming up.
I guess Don wants to know, is there more Port Charlotte coming?
Oh yeah, we definitely are going to keep making Port Charlotte. It's something that we take a lot of pride in. So for sure,
I guess more variations of it.
I don't know exactly which variations they're going to be coming out with, but I mean, if I had to guess, they'll do a New Year release and keep it consistent.
Oh my. Zach Andrews with another super chat. Thank you, Whiskey Crusaders, for another great stream. Thank you very, very much, Zach. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you. Matt, she can be noisy now.
Well, she was screaming bloody murder, so I had to cut the mic.
She can't do that.
She can't do that.
All right, should I make a blend again?
Says, thanks for another great stream. Thanks, Zach. We appreciate it.
Is that clean?
No.
Okay.
One smack is good, girl.
Okay, that's it. We're good. Ow, that was my hand. Stop.
I'm sorry. Other people's pain is my favorite kind of humor.
See, the difference here is our kid got up, went to the bathroom,
And is already back asleep.
And is already back asleep.
Oh, no, he's not. He's back up again.
Oh, he's getting water. And nobody even knew.
It's amazing.
The only way you knew is because I stepped away for a second. Because he wanted to be tucked in.
Oh.
Another question from Eric is, any new Octomore coming out?
Yes, that's an annual release for us. So keep your eyes out for, like most of the releases, there'll be an annual release.
Oh, see, I missed one. Oh, Ben wanted to know about, is there going to be a port and sherry release? That sounds good.
That's something I will have to find out.
Okay. Let's see. Swami wants to know, will the Black Arts go back to the original cask strength they were prior to the 6?
That is all up to Adam's discretion. He's the one that, knows all the answers or what's going to work for his release. So it's definitely all up to him.
Okay, let's see. Oh, thanks, Zach. The comedy was worth it. Yes, this is super. Yeah, only one finger, thankfully. I was trying to grab the sword. That was a fail. Greatly. Let's see here.
Just in there.
Hello, girl. Yes. Oh, they're fun. Let me tell you, they hurt people with things. They do karate too, so they got that going for them. Well, one's doing karate. We're got to do it through Zoom meetings, and the little one's throwing stuff at the big one during her lesson. I was like, "That's great."
Oh, so you did karate? You did karate through Zoom?
We did with the COVID.
Oh, okay.
But usually, of course, they go to the dojo. But
right.
Today was the first day we went back to the dojo. Prior to that, they hadn't been there in a couple months. All right, night, Ben Demon Hunter. Good to see you. Oh man,
It's your turn to go take care of the child.
Can I try my blend first?
Is it a bacon?
Actually, I'm just going to take this with me.
No. I'll make my own.
You can make your own. I'm taking mine with me. Or at least putting it far away.
Did you put them on?
Yep.
Or at least putting it far away.
It's an 8 whiskey blend. A little bit of all of what we just had.
He just left me with 8 whiskeys.
That's dangerous.
All right.
8 really good whiskeys.
All right. It's going to take me a minute.
Swami said you can chug it.
No.
You do
Zach
it
because he's an ass, Zach. That's why. He's a stingy ass. Why he didn't pour for me? He poured his blend.
And then he
Walked away with it. I think he's mad that I stole the blend last week.
All the little pigs.
Maybe just a little bit.
Maybe just a little bit frustrated.
Totally stole that blend from you. You usually get him.
What's really fun?
Probably an expensive blend.
He doesn't want me. He wants you.
He doesn't want me. He wants you. Oh, fuck off.
I tried. I really did. I was sweet, nice and kind, but no, he doesn't want me.
Again,
He wants you.
he is just sitting in his room. I can see him on the monitor, the camera, just sitting there waiting quietly.
At least he's polite about it.
I'm surprised he's awake. He's never usually awake.
No, he gets up every now and then. He's got to pee in the middle of the night, whatever. And then if we're up, he wants us to tuck him back in. But he's quiet about it.
If we're asleep, he just goes right back to bed. He don't.
Must be nice.
If he's lights on. He's like, "Hey, somebody come check me back in." He's a good kid. We can't complain. He's mostly a good kid.
I love that.
See, and that's just a good, just in general question. Have you tried this with cream cheese wrapped in bacon and sprinkled with brown sugar?
Yeah, I have not, but I want to.
That sounds.
I have an asparagus
I'm taking mine with me.
I have an asparagus plant in the backyard. We can try that. It's a fun relationship we have.
I love it.
We've been together for, decades now. It's been quite a long time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess anybody else got any other questions, let us know.
Yeah.
Get them answered.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions, let me know. Happy to.
if you have all 8 of these, it makes for a very, very tasty blend. 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 8 times. Violet has quite a bit of frustration, apparently.
Well, she usually doesn't play video games, and tonight she is, and she's supposed to be doing homework, but she's failing at doing that. Instead, she's doing this.
That's fair.
No, I do agree that bacon-wrapped jalapenos stuffed with cheese are freaking awesome.
Very good.
I like bacon-wrapped everything.
Yeah,
Good
you
point.
can't go wrong with that, right?
All right, Swami wants to know if Bruichladdich have a bit of competition with Coloman, since Coloman bought Rockside Farms and took their main barley provider. Jesus, sorry.
Since we work with so many different barley providers, I wouldn't say that we necessarily have a main barley provider, and we're growing that number so much, working with local farmers. So we're really good in that sense. And no one is really doing the distilling like we are, as far as the transparency and trying to make everything as local as possible. So it definitely, we feel like there's room for everyone, but we're doing things in a rather unique manner. So it's different.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, Swami. We try to avoid sugar with her because she's crazy and she eats all of it. Stop eating it! Stop it! Stop it!
Ay.
I will find out what the Houston allocation on the Garryana is. I can definitely reach out to my rep and my coworker in Houston and get you pointed in the right direction.
Oh. Apparently, Zedman says in Australia is looking to sell more barley since China left an 80% tariff on it.
There you are.
Wow.
Crap. Next Halloween costume.
Nice.
Star Trek Klingons.
Really?
Yeah, that's Violet for you.
Get out of my seat.
She has a lot of rage. I'm pretty sure she's like one of those cars with a sledgehammer they do for fundraisers. I think that would be good for her. Just give her like a little hammer though, so she gets worn out.
Little hammer.
Well, not a lot at least.
I don't know. Well, we might be calling it a little short tonight.
Oh, we've never seen it. Oh,
Oh, that's good.
It's such a good little blend, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
well,
If you have all of these, I highly recommend mixing them.
Violet, hush! I guess next week we're taking the computer away during a live because clearly it can't be had.
Clearly, that was not a good move.
She can't control her feelings.
So they're not
I've seen her play Tony Hawk. I get it. I understand
Not just that, man.
where she's coming from, but
I get it, but this is out of control.
Depends on the game. Sometimes I'm quietly angry.
that's why I said Tony Hawk specifically, because I've seen you throw things at Tony Hawk. I've seen you throw things while playing Tony Hawk. That's all I'm going to say.
It was quite a while ago.
Flying objects, yes. So
It happens. It happens.
Yes, it does.
Yes, scares me.
Oh, the good old days.
Oh, the good old days.
When I had time to play video games.
Isn't that the truth?
Would be nice, but that was a long time ago, unfortunately. Violet, come on, calm down.
Well, this has been quite fun. I appreciate having you on our stream for the last for the last 2 times now.
Yes.
You were gone last week, but it's wonderful having you back.
Thank you guys for having me. It's been so fun.
I appreciate you walking us through all these wonderful whiskeys. It's been really, really lovely.
Awesome. Well, I hope you guys have me back soon.
Absolutely.
I hope you will as well.
Most definitely. And if not before things clear up, definitely
after
when things clear up,
we'll have you over to Matt's and
we can do a real live stream with you in the same place as us and
Right.
Love it.
Get that going. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And hopefully by then, there'll be some new things for us to explore.
I love that. Yeah.
Yes. Next,
Well, tomorrow we have coming out for us a Woodinville Ardbeg finished bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Two of us really enjoyed. So
And one of us wasn't a fan.
It's awesome.
yeah,
The regular bourbon is great.
Sneak peek. It was really, really yummy.
No. Does anybody have any last questions before we get off? And like we said, we'll go ahead and put your contact information in the comment or in the description below.
With the description.
So if you do have any questions that we didn't cover here or want to know if you can find something somewhere or whatever, you can go ahead and reach out.
Yeah, please do.
Zach, no on the wee beastie. Not gonna probably be drinking that one.
I actually have a sample right here.
Actually, we are.
You are.
We go. We all are here. Look, Ardbeg wee beastie.
Oh boy. No.
So excited to tell.
I'm so excited. I've been wanting to taste this thing since I saw it was coming out, and I still haven't seen it on shelves yet here in Texas. So I'm ridiculously excited to be tasting this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll be tasting that after I go to bed.
That's correct. Yeah, that's a true fact.
Yes. And next week,
The one cat nobody ever sees.
Oh yeah, that's not a baking cat. She doesn't ever bake. For me.
I don't think I've ever even seen that cat.
No, nobody ever has. She's
If you're in Discord on the pets feed, you've seen her.
that's fair.
But as far as live streams, she doesn't beg for anything.
No,
The only one.
she's her own girl. She doesn't beg for nothing.
Like, you're stupid. Leave me alone.
She just happened to be right there, so I grabbed her. But all right. If no last questions,
Then we're out of here.
got anything else, Matt?
Nope. Oh,
I already finished.
we're signing off, buddy. Sorry. Good to see you, though. Pilot's having a conniption fit this evening, and apparently he's slamming doors and going completely crazy. All right. Well, thanks for being here, and we'll see you guys next week for a Memorial Day special of some sort.
Of some sort, he says. All right.
All right. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for being
Cheers,
on.
everybody. Night.
Cheers.
Oh God, we're good.